Guys, good morning. Welcome back. A little bit of a different tune on this one. You guys can see from the title, we're going to be running around doing a little bit of leveling our herbalism. The reason why, so my guy, if you guys have been following the last few episodes, we have been grinding in certain areas. And one of the things I've kind of reflected on a little bit is as anybody that, especially playing a hunter, you have I will share this. So hunters at level 20 get aspect of the cheetah. So it's in my opinion one of two choices you really have for a gathering class per se. Hunters get they get aspect of the cheetah, which is 30% movement speed, and then you can talent into pathfinding, which gives you another 6%. So you can see my aspect is 36% movement speed. So I'm going to be just kind of sitting here. You guys can look at the timestamps. If I don't know what my plan for this was, just to kind of document. I wanted to share so you guys can see. You guys can pause this. I'm on Gathermate. So Gathermate once again shows the node locations, or you can turn on herbs, you can turn on mines, you can turn on fishing, you can turn on chests. So obviously I'm using this, and you guys can see what we loot, and then you guys can see it follow up here. You can see the map. I've got it. Obviously, I like to make it bigger, but I've never actually run the little mini guy. I wish I could. In the settings, maybe you can make this a little bit bigger. But we're gonna be following, and I'm gonna be trying to do this as efficiently as possible. So I've got once again the aspect of the cheetah with the hunter, and the bigger idea here is, so my goal for the next episode that's going to come out, I was out there earlier. We're going to be doing another XP grinding session, and we're going to do that out in Duskwood, and we're going to test doing those skeletons and the mages out in Duskwood. And one of the main reasons why people or other players like to sit there at 25 and farm is for herbalism. Gravemoss is extremely used and important for some of the. I didn't look it up. I don't have alchemy. My big goal for my hunter and my guys was to get my hunter up and go mining and herbalism with my hunter, and then go alchemy with my warrior. So my warrior is already 150 blacksmithing, but I also am going to remove mining because now I've got my hunter that moves faster. So one of the main issues as you play this game, and you've played any game, is you're going to have classes that are better at gathering than others. When you have a class like this one that runs faster, if I'm on my warrior right now, this hunter would be able to outrun my hunter all day, just like if it had mining. And that was the main reason why for me to at least get a hunter up, was the fact that I can outrun or keep up with everybody else that's as fast at this level cap. So level 25, you don't have any mounts, so you have to utilize, like I was saying. I think I'm on the fence about this. I really do feel like if you're not going inside of caves, I believe Druid is better. So Druids in cat form get they can talent just like the hunter into movement speed while in cat form. And so I believe they can run as fast, but Druids also get dash. So they get a movement speed increase that they're basically going to run the same speed as a hunter, and also they have a dash. So that's my next class. Like I know, so I know I'm all over the place with this a little bit. So my reflection here on what I think maybe the best class for gathering, I think it's still hunter, just because your pet, when you get into combat, your pet can tank mobs. Whereas a druid, I mean, you can root, but hunter, you can just sick your pet on them and then run away, and you're gonna be flying still, and you're still able to get the mob off you, and then somebody's not going to be able to run right up next to you and take the mine or the herb as while you're fighting something. So the druid, I think it can be really strong at gathering, but all the other classes. So you could sit here and make a case for rogue. They get a dash or a sprint, just like mages have blink, so you can make a case for them. But the passive running speed from a druid like this one or a hunter is just going to be so much stronger. You're passively running faster than anybody else. And you guys can see there are other people out here gathering. So we're going to run into a little bit of this. So on my server right now, it's for me it's 10:30 in the morning. And 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. server time. So it's a little bit early. And for those of you in the U.S. and that celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying these. And there's going to be timestamps on this thing. You know, I just wanted to sit here and kind of document this, and maybe this will help some of you guys at least understanding a route, how to, like me, like I nonstop. So I'm going to come up around here, go down here. I'm just going to do a nice little loop in here. And I just enjoy documenting things. So some of you guys maybe want shorter videos, and maybe there's a time and place for them, you know, but for the gameplay that I enjoy and the things that I enjoy, I just like showing what I'm doing, and then we can kind of look at maybe what we've gathered, how long it's been. You can refer. We've been recording for 7 minutes, so you guys can see my bags a little bit. I was doing this earlier, and I hadn't woken up, so you guys can hear my voice a little bit. I got the coffee going a little bit. I woke up and I was doing this for about 10 minutes out here doing this same loop, and now you guys can see over here. So if I had Gathermate, we could have the chest, but I saw this chest just sitting here. So we're gonna clear out some of these guys. Maybe there's something cool in this chest. Hey, look, and there's a rare spawn. Well, that was a win-win. That's cool. What was that guy's name? Didn't see it. His name was FedFennel. Oh, he had an 8-slot bag. Worth it. Wow, that's cool. I actually did. I actually got them in the bank. I actually invested in 10-slot bags for all my tunes. So you guys can see my gold up top. I sent myself some gold, so I've got like 30 gold that I need to go pick up. So my gold has not gone down to 115. I've just been transferring gold around to all my tunes, and I've invested in some bags. So we'll see. I haven't done these routes before. It's been a very long time since I've even ran Herbalism. Typically, I just I'm not a min-maxer, man. I'm gonna have herbing and mining on this guy. I mean, right now he has skinning, but I'm not gonna be switching between. Maybe later on, maybe when the level cap is 40 and we're out in Badlands or wherever it is that we're farming, or if we're out in Tanaris, running both. So having a macro that turns mining and herbing on, like I can just roll my mouse up and turn on mining, or roll my mouse down and turn on herbing, and then just do that nonstop. And so like you can do both at the same time. The only issue with doing both gathering professions that need tracking is if that same guy that's right next to you is only doing mining, he's going to outpace you because if you're stopping for if you're going just targeting mining, he's going to be just running for mines. So you go and stop for that herb, and now that guy gets ahead of you, and it's just there's I feel like at level 70, I mean, this game, the Season of Discovery is extremely popular. The only reason maybe why there's been like maybe a downtick of people is because, people have played through BFD and there's just not that much content. Like if you only have one character and you only enjoy playing one character, only having the level cap 25, there's only so much you can do at level 25. So this is kind of their, Blizzard's test with this, seeing how popular, how much people want to play this. And I think it's extremely popular. It's just people are completing and finishing, 10 or 13 days. They've run through BFD 3 or 4 times. They've seen all the content. And so unless you're like me, you've got 4 or 5 tunes going, and you're doing off-the-cuff stuff like fishing and gathering and crafting, you're going to run out of stuff to do. But when level caps hits 40 or 50 and there might be more raids, like 2 or 3 raids to choose from, there's going to be a lot of room for doing, gathering and having servers that have a lot of people on them, and the economies are good. Like the auction house is healthy, and you're able to craft things and sell things at a reasonable rate. I believe, and it's my opinion, but I think that they've been doing a great job with bots. I know bots, there's always going to be issues with bots. And maybe it's Blizzard's been just layering them, not really getting rid of them, but layering them, at least on layers that don't have the player base on them. Like whenever you report a bot, they might just be throwing them into like a garbage layer. But I really haven't seen like auction house things. Like there hasn't been really telling issues that I've seen with, just like you can tell when a bot has posted a ton of stuff on the auction house, the auction house just gets completely flooded with certain types of bags or certain types of items. Especially when they have like one level 1 that's doing all their posting. I just haven't seen that in like over a week at least, with issues with items that are being posted in that don't make sense. The only when you're running into like 10 or 12 slot bags that one character has 40 or 50 10 slot bags or 12 slot bags, and they're a drop, those are bots. So I understand that players can also do that, like teams of players could do that, but sometimes there's just way too much that makes sense. So I'm all done talking about bots, but you guys can see I'm just doing this loop. I do this loop for a while. It's my goal. So look at that. When I'm doing gathering or mining or herbing, I like to do a route and pretty much hit every single node. I don't like keeping any nodes up. I don't want to miss any, and so I'm kind of a completionist when it comes to gathering. I want to, especially with Gathermate, I want to make sure I hit every single node when I do my route, just because I don't want to leave any of them up, because every time if you're doing a loop and you leave even one node up, that's, that turns into 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes if you do the same route, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And not in this area. Like obviously we're only leveling our herbalism here, but later on, like when you're in Duskwood or you're in wetlands and all that good stuff, like with mining's a good example. When nodes can have more rare nodes that appear. So if you accidentally leave a tin node up, not only do you prevent yourself from getting another tin node, but it could turn into a silver node as well. Just like when we hit like level 40 cap, you're going to be every like maybe iron node or mithril node that you leave up or you miss could also be preventing yourself from getting gold or true silver. Like I believe true silver might be in like the level 50 areas, but you guys get what I'm trying to say is I'm just whenever I always practice trying to hit and be a completionist. So that's my thing I would advocate to you guys to do as well is running this add-on and just making sure that you're hitting every single node you can, because especially these ones that are kind of off the beaten path, people that aren't running mods or a mod for gathering, they're probably not going to be going. They'll stick next to the road and they'll pick the ones up next to the road, but typically a respawn has maybe 3 or 4 locations that it can land. And if everybody's completing all the nodes that are right next to the road, that means that they get pushed back to the edges. So you guys can see maybe here soon as we start completing this southern edge of Elwynn Forest, we might find a lot of nodes that have been pushed back away from the road. And we'll hit a bunch in a row that, not many people, or maybe not the average player is going to come and check because they're just trying to level or trying to run through the area, but they're not checking all these nodes that are kind of out here in the middle of nowhere. Like you guys can see now, these you can kind of get a pulse of what's going on. So this is a quest area right here. This is where a princess is, and all these humanoids are up. You can see a player right there walking by. So there obviously are people still leveling alts and leveling, but there might not be very many people just in general grinding on certain areas. There's very linear playing. They're either running and doing quests, or they're just running through the area. So that's benefiting us a lot, because as long as we kind of stay away from, we're going to clear the road nodes, but I'm assuming that most of our nodes that are going to be up are going to be off the beaten path a little bit. So we've got we're starting to get, we're at 62 right now. And so here in a bit, maybe as I do this loop, we're going to run into, I will continue. You guys can see the timestamps. I'm going to continue this video, even though we got to go and grab the next. So at level 75, if you don't train, you won't get any more level increases for herbalism. So we're going to go inside Stormwind and go grab herbing, and we'll come back out here. I don't think that there's a trainer in Goldshire for herbalism. I think that there's a fishing trainer. There might be a skinning trainer, and there might be I think there's a leatherworking trainer in Goldshire, but I think that's it. There's like a little house that's north of the main building, like the inn of Goldshire, that has a couple of trainers in it, but I don't think that there's an herbalism trainer in there. We're going to get close actually here. We've been hitting a lot of nodes here, and we will see. This is great. So obviously this is not the only area. Every starting zone, Darnassus and Ironforge has herbs in them. You can make and create a route for any one of the starting zones and be extremely as benefit and efficient as doing this. You just need to have the Gathermate on and check all the nodes and kind of clear them. I know I didn't come up here and clear these, but I'm like I said, I'm gonna stay. If I have to choose, I'm going to stay south more than north because of, like I said, people are pushing the respawns more south. Talking too much. But we're gonna. I forget. Maybe as we're on auto run, I can look it up. I forget what. I think it's Mageroyal is the next. I think it's level 80. I think Mageroyal is 80, and then Briarthorn might be 100. So maybe we will do one. So my goal for this, trying to think ahead, is we're gonna go get our training. We're gonna get it so we can get our herbalism to 150, and then come out here and do one more loop. We'll try to kind of target Earth Route, and then as soon as we come out of Stormwind and do our route, we'll come back and we'll go into Westfall, and we'll only turn on. So yes, like I had just said, I like full clearing areas, but I'm going to show you guys in the timestamps below. We will turn our filters for Gathermate only on Briarthorn and only on Mageroyal. And I will show you kind of how I like to target only certain. If I'm only looking for one thing, like Briarthorn, I'm only going to turn on nodes for Briarthorn, and I'm going to make a very linear gathering path or pattern or loop that's going to target that thing only. Just like mining is different in the sense that typically there's only like one route you can go with mining. But with herbalism, it's kind of different. You can see it when it's out in the middle of the zones and just in grass and whatnot. It's pretty. They're all over the place. Whereas typically mines are gonna just be kind of, around the edge or around a hills or a mountainside. There's usually one linear route that everybody goes. Like if you're out in Tanaris doing Mithril, you're only gonna do a loop. You're going to go down inside the caves, and you're going to do it's very linear path that you take, or loop that you take to go and do that. So having turning my filters on for herbalism helps me a lot. I can when I start getting comfortable, so like typically, like most of the time, like when I get comfortable with a route, I don't even have to have that on anymore. Like when, so like for this is level 25 cap. Like we're going to be doing Gravemoss as we're grinding, and then Briarthorn is probably going for a lot. I don't know how much farming is really occurring. I have not run or done herbalism yet. On this new season of Discovery, I haven't done any alchemy stuff, and I haven't done any gathering, so I'm not sure. I've seen some spamming, like people selling Gravemoss for like 4.5, 5 gold a stack, which is actually a lot. So there is, it's going, like if you're taking the time, like I said. So my bigger idea here was I'm already grinding in certain areas, so I'm going to go grind on those skeletons in Duskwood. I want herbalism too. I want to grind in that area for a couple of levels, and when I'm grinding in that area, I also want to have herbalism on, because I want to get a couple of stacks of grave moss and just see what it's selling for, or at least I'm going to get alchemy on my warrior, and then I can sell elixirs or pots or whatever it is that people are buying. So I wanted to. I know this is where this is a different kind of video. One that maybe a lot of people aren't going to watch, which is completely fine. Sometimes I just like documenting what I'm up to and what my thoughts are. If I'm going to be using my hunter to grind in certain zones, and the only place that Gravemoss spawns is the same zone that I'm going to be grinding in, not only am I going to be able to level extremely fast, but I can also get a stack or two, make 10 gold or 8 gold, maybe more while I'm grinding. Extremely, doing a couple of things at once. So we're on our way to go grab our training. We will go and do one more loop. And then I should grab my mail real quick. So there might be a couple of things here I got to do. We got to look in our bags. So we got a couple of stacks of things, some herbs, which is great. Already level 74. It's not going to take that long. But here's the trainer. We'll see how much this costs. Perfect. 5 silver. And we'll go grab our meal. I have better bags. So I'm only still rocking on this guy level 6 slot bags. I bought myself 10 slot bags. So I'm going to have to go like this. Add-ons. Just turn my bag add-on off. Move things out of the way. We're going to sell a couple of things and then move our inventory around just a little bit here. And get ready for 10 slaughters. So we did. That was actually pretty cool. We actually got something to sell. I'm just going to sell some stuff here real quick. I know we got some ore. We'll go like this. We'll grab our mail real quick. Should have a little bit of gold in here. There's 30 gold and 2 10 slaughters. You guys can see we're still hovering around 150 gold from the things I've been selling and greens and fishing and whatnot.
Go with honor, friend.
Close this. Anything I can sell. I'd go get this again. This old history book will drop again from the so go like this. Take just a second here. Not the best gameplay, but gift some things around. This now you can see we got way more bag slots, which is great. We got our herb bag. We've got our medium quiver, and we've got 2 10 slaughters, which is great. If we got any, so this is another thing, so you guys can see. I'm gonna turn my add-on back on, and you guys, I want to show this to you real quick for Bagnon. So we can open our bags up. Watch us. So you can right-click on this, and it will open up your bank. So we can see we have room in the bank, even though I'm not at the bank. It's still showing me what's in my bank. It's super cool. We're gonna open this up real quick. Possibly just throw some stuff in here. What do we got in our bank? So we've got meat in here. We've got boar meat. This other. And I don't want this. I'm going to throw some of these herbs in here. Maybe just get rid of these. So we got anything that's stacks. We got some stacks of herbs here. It's full. We'll take this out. I'll throw this in here like this. Clean, and we'll hit clean. And look at that. So, a couple stacks of herbs, and we can either turn around and sell those or level alchemy on our warrior, which is great. And we're right back on our way to continue doing this. Our bat is mad, so we'll do this. I think we're good, actually. We'll just keep going. We've got a lot more bag slots. Like I said, I know it might be a little bit out of the way going out here and doing another loop. But we'll see. We'll do one more loop. And then we will head into Westfall. Make sure skills is C74 out of 150. We're just going to head straight toward this We're just gonna hug this range and just target Earth Root. We could go down there and get that silver leaf, but we don't have to be perfect. I'd much rather get Earth Root than silver leaf. It's probably selling for a little bit more, and it's gonna give us more skill ups because it's a higher level herb. We'll come up here and check this. Up and up. So, and we might run into somebody else doing this as well. So once again, this is a something that anybody else out here can be gathering. And that's all right. Hopefully not too much though. And at least we are on, like I had said, the class that runs the fastest, or tied with the class that runs the fastest. There actually might, I'm curious, there might be a rune for Hunter that makes you walk faster. I don't know. I know that there's passive skill bonus, like 10%. But I haven't seen anything for walking speed or movement speed. I'd make it extremely kind of OP if they did. I know warriors get a rune that increases their walk speed by 10%. So that might be a thing. You guys can see we're kind of running into a little bit of a dry spell here. And that's just due to other people doing this as well. We'll still go up here and check this this range. Just in case. Make sure that we clear these nodes. Go. Perfect. Oh, no, look at that. See? Oh, never mind. I thought that was a person. I thought I saw a nameplate, but it's not. It's just from far away I hovered over this, it looked like a nameplate. That didn't give us a skill up. The game is trolling. We got a skill up from Peace Bloom, but we did not get a skill up from Earthroot. What? That is wild. Well, Peace Bloom over Earthroot confirmed. Worried about that. There's probably a couple in there, but we're going to come up and just go around this range. We get like 80, 85. I'll be happy heading into Westfall. I do every time I'm on a node, I'm positioning myself for the next node. That's what I do for mining. That's what I've done for 10 years doing gathering and any game. You want to position yourself for your next linear spot you're going to run to. I wanted to share some other things. I don't know how many people are gonna spend as much time looking at this one as my other videos. Might not be many, But for those of you that do check this out when it is posted, I have a couple of ideas I've been floating around. Maybe some of you guys can leave me some feedback that listen to this part. What would you guys think about me making another hunter and then just doing nothing but a grinding from 1 to 25? I document the entire video or the entire journey with a new hunter, and I've already got the hunter set up for this. His name is Mob Grinder, and I'm gonna do my best to min max. Meaning, I've already got, so it's gonna be a dwarf. So like this, my goal for having two hunters would be this guy is gonna be just for mining and herbing, and then the other hunter is gonna have skinning and leather working on him. And so that will be kind of it'll just be a alt for professions, but I think it would be super fun to document and record and just try to min max and plan out where I'm gonna grind. So if you guys have seen the last two episodes, there's some really busted locations. So like if I have a scope and elixirs and scrolls and food. So there is some foods that gives mana per 5. We can level. I know from like 1 to 10, hunters don't have a pet, so that is something that you're just gonna run into in this game. Like it's not gonna be OP playing a hunter until level 10, but maybe that first video I put together, I was thinking of going from level 1 to 6 in one video, levels, and then every 2 levels are all going to be on this. So we'll document and grind and show how much XP we can do through 2 levels, like grinding in the same area. So like my level from level 16 to level 18 will be on that hyper spawn. The first, level 14 and 15 crabs will be one video, and then another video from like maybe 19 to 20 will be. So there's another guy here gathering. So I'm going to break them up, 2 levels per video and just see what we can do. We're going to grind in the same area. Maybe during the video, we will get the average of the first grind. So the odd grinds, so from 16 to 17, and then we're going to hearth, sell, maybe if we have a piece of gear in the bank, and then we'll run back to the grinding area, and then we will continue the grind. So we're going to be grinding 2 levels. So the later stages, the videos might be an hour and a half, 2 hours long, but I think it'd be fun. It'd be super fun to at least document grinding sessions. And maybe level 16 plus, we could do only record 1 level per video, and then maybe it might just be another way for me to test spots too. So just a thought I had jumbling around in my head, things I can once again test and just see not only XP per hour, but then just seeing maybe what things drop. I've done this other times in this game's history where I just pick a cave and I'll go grind in that cave for 4 or 5 levels and just see what drops. I believe I have a video up on my Druid where I just grinded and documented grinding in a cave in Feralis on the Nagas, and just to see what would drop and how much XP I could get per hour. My pet, my pet protecting me for sure. Have him on defensive. Anything aggro's on me, he just goes out and melts them. So if you guys have some thoughts, if that'd be a good series to do. I know that there's probably other people that have tested it, but I don't know. I think it'd be fun to try and just see how much we can min max with food buffs and like focusing how much XP we can do in certain areas. Maybe we get a couple of drops. I don't know. I think on my warrior, I haven't seen one blue drop. On this guy, I haven't seen one blue drop. It's really, really difficult. There's only a handful of blues that are at this low level that are available. Like you can, extremely rare to get them out of a chest or to get them to drop off of a boar or a humanoid. But I have not seen any yet. So that's pretty good. We're at 84. If we can hit 90, that'd be super, super great. We will see at I can't remember. I know, we might already be at Briarthorn. Briarthorn might be in the 80s. I can't remember. I could actually get used to this. I'm so just used to hitting the M for map. I've never actually run the mini map. So this is actually kind of cool, being able to kind of see and maybe not having to close. But it's helpful for me to see the nodes. I'm not sure. I'm obviously not sure that the nodes can run up on this visible map. But still, this is pretty cool having this here. And as long as you know the general route, like in your head of kind of where you want to go, you could just have it up like this and not have to hit your map ever. People are wild in general chat, that's for sure. The game is healthy. people get extremely bored and want. People like to troll. It's so good. We will come up here and then we'll head up and start our route like right here in Westfall. And I'll show you guys. So we're gonna have obviously timestamps of changing our filters. So super helpful, especially when only thing I'm really wanting. I know I did a loops, trying to force myself to. There's little lulls in like mining and herbing. There's little, if Briarthorn's like level 100 or if it's level 85. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get those last few levels of a profession just because of everything's green, like the herbs that you have access to are green.
I don't have a target.
All right, so crew, we're gonna hit our map as we are still walking. So we're gonna park our guy. We're gonna go like this. Actually, we're gonna go to our options, game mode, Gathermate. We're gonna open this up, and then we'll go to filters. We're gonna on Herbalism, we're gonna select none, and then we're gonna turn on Briarthorn, and we will turn on Mageroyal. Okay. So now, look at that, perfect. So look at that. We're heading to the coast. Mageroyal. I know we have access to Mageroyal. It might be level 70, but I'm not sure if we have access to Briarthorn. Well, we will see. Obviously, it's gonna. There's more than just Mageroyal out here and Briarthorn, but those are the ones I want to focus on.
I can't loot that right now.
So there's a little bit of phasing issues that you run into. Also, phasing meaning like anytime that there's like a node that exists between two zones, sometimes it shows that it's up, but it's really not. So we're gonna pretty much run up and down this coast, and these coastlines is really, really, really good. You can see we've got Earth Route here, but there's Mageroyal along these shorelines as well. So that's what I'm going to focus on, and I think we'll see. We'll see what kind of loop we want to make here. Obviously, if I get hit, I get slowed down. That's how aspect of the Cheetah works. And we might run into other people doing this. I'm not sure. Sweet. There's our first victim. As long as nobody loots it right in front of us. Ooh, strangle kelp. Oh boy. Okay. So that's another thing I want to kind of touch on. The other main reason why I want to get a druid up is because of doing these strangle kelp runs. Shorelines with druids have by far the fastest movement speed in water. With travel form and your swim form, you can move through the water really, really fast. Actually, I'm actually going to head up and go this way. We can hug the shoreline and see this node up here. Strangle kelp is going for a decent amount as well. I was selling singles for like 17 to 20 silver a piece. Stacks going for a lot. I haven't done a lot of fishing recently, meaning my only source of gathering strangled kelp was from fishing. I didn't have herbalism, so when I was selling it, I had a very small sample size of how much people are actually buying of strangled kelp. But I've seen druids, like any smart druid would oh, look at it, we have access to it. So 89, I have access to this. We'll see. I'm not sure. It might be 85 is Briarthorn. So this is perfect. We planned this out perfectly. We have access to it now, so this is gonna be awesome. We're gonna be out here for a little bit, see how much is available to us or not. I'm gonna swing in here just a little bit to kind of hug a couple of these nodes and see if they're up. Like we have a Silverleaf, but I'm not really trying to target Silverleaf. I want to target Briarthorn and Mageroyal. Maybe I'll swing in here just a little bit and go this way. The only other thing I really need to look into, and I'm going to make a lot of these, so if you guys don't know, so as soon as we have, this hunter was going to be my gathering guy. We're going to making a decent amount of these. I want to document and show maybe some of my paths and thoughts for gathering in certain places. Like, obviously, I'm going to cover Gravemoss with just the fact that I'm going to be grinding in the same area as the nodes are. So we're going to be kind of hitting an XP farm and a Gravemoss kind of video in the same one. But like doing like I'm gonna out myself already. I have no, I make gold regardless of if I'm making videos or not, and if I'm sharing these videos or not. At the end of the day, I can provide my thoughts on what good farms are and how to do them, but people still have to go out and do them. So, I really enjoy, like, out here in Westfall. This is where I gather, Briarthorn and Swift Thistle. This is one of my main farms. I was already doing this farm at level 60 and level 70 and level 80 for swiftness potions. So this is just another farm that I already do, regardless if it was Season of Discovery or not. Same thing with the crabs. I have another video up. I've done these crabs and made videos for them several times with the hyper spawn rate. I was out here on my level 70 Druid or level 80 Druid during Wrath, and all you got to do is just click on Starfall, and they just melt all of the crabs over and over and over and over again, and the majority of your time is not killing the crabs, it's looting the bodies. And so you can come out here during Wrath and get 70 or 80 stacks of meat in an hour, and then turn around and maybe sell that meat for 20, 30, 40 gold. Well, actually a lot more. The videos, it was for like more close to like 11 or 1200 gold an hour with that many stacks of materials or things for cooking or meat. So extremely profitable spot. So I actually need to be careful here. I'm only level getting 8 or 10 of these Murlocs on us. I've already died a couple of times. Running through when we're grinding on crabs, and I'll accidentally run into 5 or 6 Murlocs, and I'll get Ice Nova from one of the oracles. It can just root me into place, and I die. So even at level 22, it might be a little sketchy to be just up and running through packs of mobs. So you just got to be kind of paying attention a little bit. And this one might be sketchy down here. I had to kill some stuff for this one. Kill the healer. Don't mind killing stuff for our skills. We got bag space, so we'll see what dropped. If anything, might be like a nice little green. There's a green right there. Perfect. It's got a green off of those mobs, so worth it. Got a Briarthorn over here. But we've got a bunch of guys. We'll see. We're just going to go in. Actually going to go in and kill the healer. Sometimes if I were to walk up there, I'd have aggroed them anyways. So, kind of had to kill all these to get this Briarthorn anyways. So, you're going to have to do some of this. I'm not, obviously. There's gloves. Look at that. We got the belt and the gloves for seers. That's kind of funny. So, a bit more profit there if you're trying to track how worth these farms are or not. My goal is just to hit 150. We're just trying to find a path that gives us access to getting our herbing up. Not really worried about silver leaf. We're just trying to hit our skills. And it might be kind of brutal out here. We'll see if any of these nodes are up. I'm going to head more through Moonbrook than going up and over here. There's a lot more nodes inside of Moonbrook. Even though there's mobs, we still want to try to do a route that gives us access to a lot more nodes efficiently. So maybe every 10 or 15 minutes is when the herbs that we loot respawn. So we want to try to make a loop that has that in mind. So if this loop right here is 15 minutes, or if this loop, any loop that we go on is 15 minutes, we want to try to do that. A little bit of Swift Thistle. That's perfect. Oh, these gnolls out here are actually, I don't know if they go up to level 18 or level 19, but they're still going to be kind of a sketchy area down here. Like I said, we are not level 25. I'm level 22. So, got to be a little bit careful with what I'm just aimlessly running into. Oh, we're still going to check all the nodes. I'm gonna go up this way. So I think we'll hang up. We'll come down. We'll go around. Check this one. I'll check this one. Loop back down. We'll see. We'll see it at maybe how long it takes us to get to 100. Got 18, 17. There's a first. Oh, there's bruiseweed. Okay, so there is another higher level herb out here. I forgot. I don't believe bruiseweed takes up a Briarthorn or a Mage. Like it doesn't share node locations. It's not. They're tied to their own nodes. Like shared node spots that they can spawn. Peace bloom. And I believe that there's elites over here. So we got to be kind of careful here. That's level 22. So we might get attacked here, actually. Pretty close. So I swapped in time. My bat is not cooperating. There we go. Okay, so we got away. So we can whistle the bat to come back. That'll save you a little bit, but if you aimlessly run into 3 or 4 things that are your level, and you don't swap out a cheetah, they're gonna daze you, and then you're really screwed. Everything will catch up to you. We'll go through here, go down, and we'll do the loop again. Not really worried about Peace Bloom. What am I going to do here? We'll go check this one. We'll go through here, and then we'll kind of go like that. You don't have to, like, I don't have to walk all the way up to this node. Like, as long as we hug and see the side of it. At least we're checking. Kind of sus to go into town. There's so many people that are at Sentinel Hill that maybe we shouldn't do this part of the loop. But I don't know. We'll see. It might be up, it might not be up. But there is a couple of nodes here in town. And then we can just run through the middle and check for Mageroyal. Already been an hour, huh? We're level 99. We'll finish up the loop, and I'm actually probably just going to end this video and probably throw one from 100 on here. So it's probably taken us, it took, like I said, it took me about 10 minutes to get the first few levels. So maybe an hour and 20 minutes. I'll timestamp this ending here with kind of my thoughts. So running through, getting a little pattern out and getting your profession, whether you're a level 22 hunter or you're a level 5 hunter, and you have the movement speed or not, you're going to be able to obviously get your herbing up wherever you want. But to make it efficient, that's why I kind of waited until I was at least level 20. 20 gets you access to aspects to the Cheetah, and then you can talent into Pathfinding. So our Cheetah is 36% movement speed. And just, we hit 100 there on our, and it's been an hour and 5 minutes. And we'll just chill here. So I appreciate you guys very much. I know this was kind of a long-winded one. I enjoy posting this stuff. So hopefully some of you enjoyed this. Leave me some support if you like this and subscribe. It would help me out a lot. And maybe leave me some feedback on maybe some farms you guys would like me to try. And look at the timestamps where I go and talk about the Hunter series I want to make, with possibly just grinding a Hunter nonstop. We're not going to do any quests on it. We're just going to try to min-max grinding per hour in certain areas and just see how fast we can get our Hunter up. A different Hunter up, a dwarf. So until next time, guys, this is Gambler. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas if you've watched to this far. And go spend some time with friends and family. And drive safe and fly safe. Peace out, guys.